Caravan Ribata. I'm here. It's real bright over here. Hi, random person I've never seen before. Let me just talk to you.
You're back.
Harun.
Are these two friends of yours?
We're all wearing highly inappropriate footwear for the desert. Please don't hold it against me, sir. It's a pleasure to meet you. I trust you with my life. Ugh, that's really dramatic for what he asked.
Likewise. There's no need to be so formal with us. We're a pretty casual crew. Anyway, since we've got a newcomer, let me fill you in on what the Khan al-Ahmar's been up to lately. They've become extremely aggressive. Apparently, even their own now have become acceptable targets.
What? Their own members of fair game? Oh, it does not seem right. Doesn't that go against some sort of code?
They even attack other relics brigades, just the same as any other mercenary brigade.
What? What is wrong with them?
Even the most ferocious beasts still protect their own.
Yeah.
It sounds like they've thrown that straight to the wind.
That's right. Once they've collected enough loot off the other mercenaries, they sell it off to a different brigade, or turn to merchants on the black market. A portion of their profits is immediately exchanged for more food and weaponry to be used in their next violent operation.
Sounds like the hold just needs to be wiped out. Problem solved.
That's terrible.
Yeah, and it really makes you wonder why they're so desperate for Mora.
Yeah, well, are they desperate for more, or do they just enjoy the killing? I'm not quite sure what's happening.
A few days ago, Isham and I trailed them for a while, and even disguised ourselves as merchants to conduct trade with them. We were able to learn a few things from the exchange. Rather than saying they're out to plunder and hoard Mora, it'd probably be more accurate to say that they're experiencing an internal power struggle.
But how is that relevant to the killing of people and plundering of loot?
Wait, a power struggle?
You heard me right. The vast majority of their victims are mercenaries from the other brigades of Deshret's relics.
It sounds like you're just going to cannibalize your own people, not eating them, just like destroying from the inside out until there's none of you left.
If their only goal was Mora, they could have gone after anybody. The targeted nature of their attacks points to a power struggle between the different brigades within the relics. That's the only plausible explanation we have.
I don't know. Madness is also a good one.
Unfortunately, we weren't able to find out anything more specific. It seems they're also trying to keep things under wraps.
Which is a bit funny when you're out here killing people left, right, and center, but hey, you're trying to keep it under wraps.
Oh, one last thing we discovered was that over the past few years, as the Khan al-Ahmar became more and more active, Deshret's relics as a whole became a lot weaker.
Interesting. They were able to cause so much damage that somehow makes things even more confusing.
It sounds mighty strange to me, too. Harun, you can leave the rest of the investigation to us. Gotta say, though, I didn't expect you to go on a whole undercover mission during the few days I was gone. Sounds like you were really putting your necks on the line, no?
Kinda sounds like you have to at this point, or everyone's gonna be killed.
Nah, it was nothing. We're just as concerned about the situation as you are. The Khan al-Ahmar is your father's crew after all.
What he said. Besides, Dia, haven't you done more dangerous things than all of us combined? What we did is nothing compared to your experiences.
Yeah. And while they went to talk with Khan al-Ahmar, I took a look at the last camp they attacked. Any survivors of the attack were already long gone. There was nothing of value left in the camp.
Ah, Hisham and Khalaf. You're here too.
We rushed over as soon as we saw you come into Caravan Ribat. Although this new friend of yours looks a little green behind the ears, I'm sensing a special vibe from her.
Is it just because I look young?
Now that we know you'll have a capable partner with you, we can also rest easy.
Hey, what about Paimon? Feel anything special?
Nope.
Oh, you're also planning to tag along with him?
Savage.
Of course. Paimon is the traveler's most important guide.
Nope.
Wherever she goes, Paimon will follow.
I still don't know how you can be my guide when you know nothing about this world, Paimon. You learn it as I learn it. You literally have nothing to teach me.
Oh, in that case, then you'd better take care of her too, Dia.
Nah, let her roast.
Don't underestimate Paimon.
What are you gonna do? Scream at it to death?
Don't worry about her. She may look tiny and helpless.
She does.
But she's been through just as many battles as the traveler here.
Floating on the sidelines while I fight for my life isn't really what I would call going through a battle. But I guess that's just semantics to you two.
Even if she had only survived on sheer luck, and that alone would still make her quite formidable.
Hey, watch Deadpool for 2. Luck is a skill
I had no idea.
that I don't possess.
I guess I shouldn't judge by appearances.
Oh no, feel free to. She's absolutely useless.
Oh, one other thing, Dia. When you're free, why don't you update the deputy about your upcoming schedule?
Who's the deputy?
We held another recruitment event a few days ago, but everyone only came to see the Flame Main. You weren't around at the time, so people were pretty disappointed to only find our crew of rough, unkempt guys.
So, I mean, how do they think they're going to spend their days if they join? Dia's not going to be there 24/7.
The deputy put a lot of effort into the event, but it was basically for nothing. Only a few people chose to stay, and that really got to him.
Sorry to hear that. I'll be sure to bring him some great liquor next time. I left in a hurry and I couldn't make it back in time for the event.
Gotta admit, I can understand their disappointment, though. You're our brigade's main selling point, after all. Now, if only the deputy could figure out a way to bring a few more smoking hot members into our ranks.
Would certainly help with recruitment.
Keep dreaming. Remember the last time I invited a couple gals into the brigade? You all just froze up with your mouths gaping like a bunch of scarecrows.
Well, what happened to the girls?
The awkward silence and weird expressions left quite the impression on them. They were originally interested in joining us, but after that, they both told me they were too uncomfortable to stick around.
Maybe if you guys just treated them like you treat Dia, it wouldn't be an issue.
Hey, didn't we agree to never bring that up again?
Huh? Wait, are you serious? Why have I never heard about this?
I don't think you were part of the brigade yet.
Oop, Haruna's equally culpable.
Are you kidding me? I missed a once-in-a-lifetime moment like that, and you weren't even gonna tell me?
I mean, you missed it, doesn't matter.
All right. We can tell you about it later. Now's not the time.
Hey, don't you try to change the subject. You and Hisham get your butts over here and tell me everything right now.
Are they always like this?
I like how he says, get your butts over here right now, but then proceeds to run over to him rather than waiting for him to come to him.
More or less. There aren't many rules or graces when it comes to mercenaries. We're used to just speaking our minds. If someone starts getting under your skin, you just yell right back at them. And if that doesn't put an end to it, then you just challenge them to a fight. But we also don't tend to take many things
Whoa.
too seriously. Being direct and getting it all out of your system as soon as things come up
that's
is
distracting.
better than keeping everything bottled up, never talking about it. That's also why I never spare their feelings when I talk to them. If I want to laugh, I'll laugh. If I'm angry, then I'll unload on them. It's hard to stop once you get used to it. Though, I can never do that when I'm with the Homiyanis. Hey, knuckleheads! Can you at least tell me the rest of the intel before you go back to your bickering?
Yeah, you hear her, Holloff? Told you we gotta focus on the investigation first. I drew up a map. Right here is the spot. There you'll find the merchant caravan responsible for getting rid of Dakan al-Akhmar's looted goods. All you gotta do is wait and ambush them in the evening. They'll have no idea what hit them.
Unless they have, guards posted up around the camp, in which case they'll see you coming and then they'll know what hit them.
Perfect. Thanks for that. Be sure to pass my regards to everyone else in the brigade as well.
Will do. You stay safe, Dia.
It just seems weird that her entire brigade, who, have stakes in this matter, are not doing any further investigating. It's just her by herself. You kind of think you'd want more people to be involved so that you can control some variables. But apparently not. Apparently you don't care about that. Watch over the trade route and wait for your moment. Wait, what? They're doing this shit inside the jungly area? Wow, that's bold. I thought you were saying they were doing it over here and giving it to merchants out in the middle of Whoop Whoop. No. It's bold. Very bold. Oh, I probably could have gone straight to the domain. Oh well, we're here now. Just going to take a second to appreciate how awesome 4K looks. Even for something as simple as this artistically rendered game, as opposed to something more, hello, should I kill you? Ooh, no, you got a friend over there. Over other animated games, but fantastic graphics. Oh wow, why is everything in my way? Thought I was taking an easy route here. Apparently I'm not. Okay, come here. Let's boogie. You just let me know when you're ready, sir. I'll be waiting. You good? Cool. Great.
Yield.
Ow.
Nowhere to hide.
Probably should have just used her electro damage, but we're here now.
Flee. Hey.
Look at the cooldown on her Q ability. That's great.
Incoming.
Yay! That was smooth. Thanks, Cartoon. I know it's not the best rotation for you. I'm kind of trying to wait until Kave or Baizu enter the party.
Not bad.
Not bad.
As far as treasure is concerned.
Not bad at all.
Come on, enough procrastinating. Let's go.
I'm not procrastinating. You're procrastinating. Pew.
This should be the place. Let's find a spot to hide and bide our time.
Okay.
It's gonna come down to a fight one way or
Shindig.
another. So let's all be careful.
No need to worry. She knows her way around a fight.
I'm not worried about that. What I meant is that we probably shouldn't go too hard on the enemy. After all, we still need to get information out of them.
That was a weird way to phrase it if that's what you meant. Oh, be careful. But what I really meant is be careful with them. Two very different sentences, dear. Oh, lol, it makes a clock sound. That's adorable.
Here they come. You ready?
You ready for this?
Let's not give them a chance to react and end this quickly.
Wait, but we're not ending things, remember? We're not going hard on them. Yay! Thea!
That's close enough.
I have distinct regret for not getting Dia. This is amazing. There is just so much pyro happening on my screen. I am ecstatic. Excuse me, sir. You were outside my circle. Now you're inside a new circle. Congratulations. She was so much fun. I have regret. I want a pyro character that I like, damn it. Satyr.
You're the Flame Main.
Why are you so surprised, bro?
Good. That saves me an introduction. All right. Time for a little talk.
Time for a little talk.
Are you buddies with Dakana Lakmar now? Tell me, what are they after?
I'd laugh if they're not buddies with the Khan Alkmaar, and yet they've just accosted this poor group for no reason whatsoever.
You know the code of being a mercenary just like everyone else. The first rule is to never divulge key information about our employer. What makes you think I'd talk?
Satar, we can do this the easy way, or we can do this the hard way. Your choice.
That might have worked on an amateur, but I know you're just looking to protect your reputation. Think about it, though. What's your reputation worth if you won't have the other tools you need to succeed in this line of work? Tools like, I don't know, your limbs or eyes? You've got 5 seconds. You might want to think twice about how much your employer's information is worth to you.
Whoa!
It's alright, Paimon. She knows what she's doing.
I'm not joking around. We can do this the easy way or the painful way.
Dia, you have to get your own lines. Don't steal mine.
2 seconds.
I'll save you the trouble.
Did he just bite his own tongue? Or did he just bite some poison?
Are you crazy?
Yep, I think
Tried
he's
to bite off his own
certifiable.
tongue. Quick, search the area for any first aid supplies.
I'm so confused. He tried to bite his own tongue and passed out? Why would you pass out? I mean, maybe crying out in pain for quite a bit because that's going to freaking hurt. But that doesn't make you pass out. Wow. He must have a really low pain threshold. With Dia's emergency treatment, the bleeding in Star's mouth is brought under control.
I definitely didn't expect him to go that far. Thankfully, the wound wasn't too deep, and he just passed out from the pain.
That's okay. He still has 2 hands and he can write.
But why would he be so extreme?
Because he's been brainwashed, Paimon.
I just wanted to test his mettle. You can get a lot of mercenaries to talk just by threatening them.
Apparently not this one.
I didn't expect him to be willing to go through so much pain just to deny us some intel.
That's because it seems a little bit extreme.
Well, he's out cold for now. We could wait for him to wake up, but maybe it's not a good idea to interrogate him any further. What should we do?
Yeah, don't worry about it. It'll be a waste of time to interrogate him again after that. He might just hurt himself again if we start asking.
You should have left another of them alive and then employed the Last of Us method. Gel's method is the best.
There are lots of goods around here. Let's search the area. Maybe we'll be able to find something. I'm really sorry.
Don't apologize. He did that to himself. There are some weapons in the boxes, as well as a bunch of medicine and bandages. Seems like Dakan al-Khmar is really up to no good, if you say so. Check transport. There are a lot of daily necessities like food and water in the boxes. It doesn't seem like there's anything noteworthy. Well, I don't know. I think necessities are pretty noteworthy. Log. Off that. Yeah, she just got back on it. That's a very large backpack.
We found a piece of paper with a bunch of names on it. Maybe it's a record of something.
Let me take a look. If this really is a merchant caravan, they should have a record of their transactions.
Unless, trying to hide their transactions, in which case, no, they wouldn't, because they wouldn't want any record of what they're doing.
Yep, I see an entry for Dakan al-Akmar right here. Kusela, Idrisi, Bashar, and Takriti. All familiar names. Dakan al-Akmar has been trading for a hefty supply of food, weapons, and medicine. It seems that in the past, they used to receive some canned knowledge as well. This caravan is just one link in their logistics chain. Once in the rainforest, the caravan will exchange the looted goods for Mora, and the funds will then be passed to a specific person.
It's a very intricate process.
That person will then pack the caravan full of necessary goods, which will then be brought right back to Dakan al-Akmar. Wait, why is there no Mora value recorded for the final transaction?
Because the money hasn't been paid.
No value?
Yeah. Every transaction before the last one was marked with an exact amount of Mora, but the final one, where they paid for everything to be brought back to the desert, was simply marked as delivered.
Maybe the more amounts just happened to cancel each other out. A very good possibility, but I doubt it.
Perhaps. But they couldn't have known how much they would make off selling the loot.
True.
Do they not care about profit margins at all?
At this point, no, I don't think they do.
Anyway, the next part's the records of the goods themselves. There are a lot of entries. Everything was probably sourced from the rainforest. Huh?
What's wrong?
Shahzaman Homayani?
Huh?
Homayani? You mean Dunyarzad's family? Could it just be another family with the same last name?
Okay, so what does it mean if they're involved?
I'd be surprised to find someone with the exact same first and last name. Shahzaman Homayani is Dunyarzad's father, and the head of the Homayani family.
And to think that he treated you as family.
Just what the heck is going on here?
Calm down, dear. Let's analyze the situation first.
I'm sorry. You're right. I'll consider what we found and not jump to conclusions just yet.
Though it's pretty hard not to.
But what this piece of paper confirms is that the Homayani family has been providing goods to Dakan al-Akmar.
But that's... it's bad, but at least it's a lead. It's a lead that may just talk as well. So go shake them up for information.
What if the
Shake them
Homayanis have
down
been kept
for
in the
information.
dark and don't know they've been trading with Dakan al-Akmar?
That's also a very, very good point.
That's a possibility.
Positivity.
But if that was the case, why is this caravan specifically named Shahzaman as their person of contact?
Because he's the person of contact? I don't know. Why is that so special?
They could have just as easily bought goods such as food and medicine directly from Caravan Ribat or Port Ormos.
Good point. If Shahzaman was actually aware of this, then perhaps he's been supplying the brigade's operations this entire time.
Yeah, funding violence and looting. The brigade gets the goods, and he is paid the proceeds from the sale of the loot.
And then he just gets to sit on his high horse, is, you know, country estate, not having an actual stake in the fight because he's in the forest and they're in the desert.
But why would he do something like this? It's not like the Homianis are in need of money.
I honestly have no idea. I've been to their estate many times, and I've never noticed anything suspicious. The only potentially large expenditure I could think of would be the treatment costs for Dunyarzad's Elazar. Maybe they borrowed a lot of Mora in the past?
Maybe.
But that's still just a speculation. I don't think the Master would stoop so low to make Mora.
I don't think Dunyarzad knows anything about this either.
You're probably right. I know my lady's personality, and she wouldn't deliberately keep something like this from us.
But what should we do now? All we found is just another mystery.
If we want to get to the bottom of this, we won't be able to turn back.
If you ask me, we already have no choice but to confront her about this.
Her? No. You go straight to her father. She's got nothing to do with this.
I'm not worried. It's too early to make a verdict yet. I still have faith in the Homianis. Let's go find my lady again. We'll tell her everything and see if she's willing to lend us her support. If we're lucky, we can not only figure out the mystery of this paper, but also follow the trail of breadcrumbs to the people responsible at Dakan al-Akmar.
Dia, are you sure this is the best decision? What if instead of getting the help we need, we just end up revealing everything we've discovered to the enemy?
Positivity, Paimon.
I've considered that possibility. But even still, I want to tell her what we found. I think I owe her that much. True friendship is built on trust. She showed
Been a
genuine
lot more than
concern
that,
for
but
me
okay.
when we first brought up the topic. I can't repay her kindness with doubt and suspicion. That's not how I deal with people.
You're right. Paimon wants to trust Dunyarzad too.
I hope we'll be of help to her.
Yeah. Let's pay another visit to Sumeru City.
This plot just keeps thickening. Annals of the Scarlet Sands. That's a pretty name. Dunyarzad. Are you going to be in the bazaar where I left you? Or are we going to your house? Because I don't remember where your house is. We are going... I think this is your house. I have a vague recollection of it being in this direction. Although, is this your house or your parents' house? Because it is awfully small for more than one person.
We're back, my lady.
Oh, you're back a lot sooner than I expected. You mustn't have run into any trouble then.
Nope, trouble's the problem, dear.
Well, how did it go? What did you come up with?
Actually, we are still investigating. It's just that we've discovered something strange.
I see. The clues you found have led you back here, in the city?
Something like that. Yeah.
You all look a little dispirited. Whatever you found must not have been very encouraging after all.
Indeed not.
Why don't you discuss it with me? Maybe I'll be able to say something to cheer you up?
I don't really think it's appropriate.
It's okay, my lady. It's not so much about me being upset with my father or anything like that. How should I put this?
I don't know, but you're making it super awkward. Just put it out there. Where on earth is a traveler in Paimon looking? Because I appear to be looking in her groin region.
So something is wrong. Even the traveler and Paimon have been uncharacteristically quiet.
Oh, I'm always silent. Don't look at me, but Paimon, yeah.
On any other day, Paimon would have already waved to me with a smile and shouted, "Dunyarzad, we're back!"
Yeah, she's annoying like that.
So tell me, what happened?
Well...
Don't you pipe up. It's got nothing to do with you. Dia
My
has to
lady,
tell the story.
Please prepare yourself for what we're going to tell you next. It concerns the Master.
The Master? You mean my father?
I sure as hell don't call anybody else master.
Okay, I understand. Don't worry about me. I'll listen as attentively as I can.
Dia manages to explain the results of the investigation to Dunyarzad.
My father has been supplying goods to Dakan al-Akmar?
Let's just, get some more proof or talk to the man or something. Let's just hold off on the accusations until we know exactly what's happening.
Yeah, it makes as little sense to us as it does to you. I've never doubted the Master's integrity, so I'm having a real hard time rationalizing how he could ever support an infamous brigade like them.
I just still don't understand what is in it for him. He lives in the Sumerian forest region. He doesn't live in the desert. So why would he have stakes in a fight between clans in a desert? It has zero bearing on his everyday life. That's the part I don't get. So there's definitely something else to uncover here.
Maybe he's not actually aware of the full story and just stumbled into the deal by accident.
That does feel unlikely though.
I can't help but agree with the Traveler.
Huh? You mean you feel the same way, Dunyarzad?
Thank you for sharing all this information with me. Since you've told me everything you know, I should also tell you about some doubts that I've been harboring for quite a while.
What? So you know your father is shady as shit?
In the past, I thought that my father hired a bodyguard for me so that I wouldn't run away and get lost.
That's what you told us.
However, there are plenty of capable mercenaries in the core of 30. Why did my father go out of his way to hire Dia?
Because he wanted a female to babysit his daughter? I mean, that logic makes sense. But assuming he specifically went to get Dia, why would that matter? She's not on speaking terms with her father.
About that. Well, the Homayanis really needed bodyguards, so they reached out to the Blazing Beasts. Later, the Master told me that I was one of the best mercenaries he'd ever seen, and that I should stick around to become one of his bodyguards. He offered me a pile of Mora, so I just signed on.
But it's been years. You're practically one of the family. Betrayal.
Well, but that didn't really answer my question. Just think about it. Why did my father specifically reach out to the Blazing Beasts?
I get where she's trying to go with this, but my question is, why did she start questioning it? What made her start to wonder why? Because it doesn't seem like something she would normally worry about.
Maybe the core of 30 just didn't have anyone available.
I mean, they're trying to recruit.
Maybe someone recommended us. I've never given it too much thought. I think I get what you're saying. You'd think none of this was a coincidence.
Precisely. At first glance, nothing seems strange or out of place. But there are many parts of the story that don't actually make any sense.
Where's your mother in all of this, by the way, Dunyarzad?
If my father had always been in contact with Dakan al-Akmar, then it would make sense for him to bring Dia into our house.
Not really, because they aren't close or on speaking terms. So I kind of disagree with that.
You mean the goal all along was to get Dia to be your bodyguard?
No, that's too much of a stretch. I cut all ties with my father a long time ago. He has no control over my life anymore.
But that still doesn't rule out the possibility that your father has still been trying to influence your life without you knowing.
But what does it have to do with his shady deals?
So, the Master was not likely an innocent victim in all of this?
That's what things are looking like at this point. Can we please stop speculating and just get on with it? We can speculate till the sun goes down, but it's not going to give us any answers.
Sorry we put all of this on you so suddenly, Dunyarzad.
I'm not, and I don't particularly care. Can we just speak with your father? You can get emotional about it later.
It's okay, Paimon. I should actually be thanking you.
100%. I'd rather know about someone's deceit than to have it covered up and not know. Have people deliberately not tell me. That's just insulting.
Regardless of his reasons, if my father has truly been funding a violent group of mercenaries, then it's my duty to bring him back to reason.
I don't think there is any reasoning with him just saying if he's been doing this for a good number of years.
Is that really the right thing to do? My father has committed many atrocities and deserves all the punishment that he has coming to him. I have zero sympathy for him. You may call me an ungrateful child, but my feelings will remain the same.
What's that got to do with Dunyarzad and her father?
However, the Homayani family has treated me with nothing but generosity and kindness. If we decide to investigate this further, we could end up implicating the entire Homayani family.
They deserve to be implicated, then implicate them.
Be biting the hand that's fed me over all these years.
You can't cover up someone's bad deeds just because they did you a good turn, dear. That's not how life works. If you did something bad, then you deserve to receive punishment for it, regardless of any of the good things you've done.
Dia.
It's all right, Dia. If anyone were to ask, you could always just say that I'm the one who instructed you to get to the bottom of this.
You don't have to do that, my lady. I'm not conflicted because I'm afraid of taking responsibility. Besides, you're the one we should all be worried about right now.
Can we just not be worried about Dunyarzad and just get on with it? I'm not concerned about her at all. I don't see her having any problems.
Hey, it's still too early to give up hope. What was that thing about friendship again?
True friendship is built on trust.
Right, yeah, trust. You said that yourself, Dia. Besides, there's no point on getting all riled up before we've confirmed all the facts.
I've been saying that this entire time, Paimon, but no one ever listens to me. If your trust hasn't been misplaced, then he probably has many conflicting feelings as well.
Thank you, everyone. That makes a lot of sense. I guess I should always remember the trust that I've placed in people. In which case, my lady, could you ask the master to come out and have a chat with us?
Why would we want to have a discussion on the street? Can we go to his place of residence and have this discussion away from prying eyes?
Sure thing. I also hope he'll be able to give us a logical explanation. Let's meet at the usual place then.
Something tells me that Dunyarzad's going to let it slip, and then something's going to happen, and she's not going to meet us at the meeting point.
Usual place? Ah, right.
By the bench, I assume. Wait for Dunyarzad at the usual place. Yeah. No.